Wunmi. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. Last time I saw you was during Loki, girl. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
You're like, yes, I
You
love that
well?
outfit. It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
You
That's
always come correct. I love it.
nice.
So let's talk a little bit about Call Jane. How much did you know about the Janes before you signed on to do this project?
I knew nothing before I read the script. So reading the script, I honestly thought it was a bit far-fetched. I was like, this isn't real. This housewife wouldn't and what? And when I got to the end of the script and I read all the facts and figures, I was like, wow, these women existed. They are real. They they did this and they did it safely. Wow. Like that just blew my mind.
I know it's quite astounding when you really sit back and think about it. And I
Yeah.
remember when June 24th happened this year and that ruling came down, I cried like a baby because
Mm,
I just had this visceral reaction knowing that moving forward, every young girl is not going to have the opportunities that you or I had. And it made me
mm,
tremendously sad, which brings me to this. There's a moment where your character says, it's interesting how economic always seems to mean that Black women get screwed. And I just want to know how you feel about that because it's a reality. Because even during the time of the Janes, the only people that were able to have access were people of means, which at that time basically meant, you know, wealthy white women.
we went back and forth about that scene because I felt like it wasn't hard enough, it wasn't strong enough. The argument and the reason why she stayed. Like we need a reason for Gwen to stay in that room. And considering most people seeking abortion care in the US are black, brown, and low income, I felt like I we needed their voices in the room too. Um, and I just learned this the other day that I think it's the Hyde Amendment meant that abortion care still wasn't on Medicare or Medicaid,
That's
and
right.
so I mean it's just so painful. It's just so painful that that everything is about race and everything's about money. And it's like, well, if you fall out of those catchment areas, you get forgotten about and told to fend for yourself. Um, yeah, we workshopped that a lot, and I spoke to a lot of Black women, Black American women, um, because I wanted to make sure that it was her argument was honest of the time and and respectful. Yeah, because the feminist movement, we know when it comes down to intersectionality, we're not always on the same page. We're not always trying to protect the people who, as much as we're women, we have different fears, different oppression, differences, and sometimes the feminist movement aren't willing to like see us and include us. Um, so I thought that was really important, and I'm glad that it's there in the film. I'm glad we worked on it.
I'm glad you worked on it. I'm glad you're in the film. And I thank you so much for breaking that down for me because when I came away from it, I couldn't wait to ask you about that. And I wish I had so much more time. So I have so many more questions, but I'll talk to you again.
Okay, definitely see you again.
All right. Bye.
Thank you, Carla. Thank you.